A major gift for Republicans as WikiLeaks reveals tens of thousands of those emails from the Clinton campaign. House Oversight Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz says his committee is already preparing for years of investigations if Hillary Clinton becomes president. Chris Plants is a syndicated radio talk show host. Leslie Marshall is a Fox News contributor and radio talk show host. Good to see you both.
Hey there.
Good to see you.
All right, so Leslie, even if she is victorious on November 8th and becomes President Hillary Clinton, if the GOP holds on to the House, it sounds like they have got a backlog of stuff waiting for her. Here is a bit of what Chaffetz had to say. He's the chairman of that committee. He says it's a target-rich environment even before we get to day one. We've got 2 years worth of material already lined up. She has 4 years of history at the State Department, and it ain't good. Leslie?
What isn't good is the GOP not listening to the will of the American people. And it's not just Republicans. The reason Bernie Sanders did so well, the reason Donald Trump is doing so well is what? They're an outside the beltway, non-establishment candidate. And part of the problem here is Americans are sick, left or right, of their tax dollars and time being wasted on what many perceive to be, even on the right, as witch hunts, as we've seen. Hillary Clinton has not been hurt, although Julian Assange may be upset by this, by all these dumping of these emails for WikiLeaks. And there are even those I've talked to on the right who'd like to see the inner workings of the Trump campaign.
They may not have derailed her candidacy, but the question is if there is criminal activity, and so far the FBI said they didn't find any or they didn't find enough that was there to prosecute, why should any American citizen get away with doing anything? I mean, we have plenty of examples of people out there doing similar things who have gotten in much more trouble. So should it be about the end result or should it be the fact that we have a rule of law and there is right and wrong?
Well, if the FBI says there was no criminal action here, and if there is no criminal action here, and we already have a GOP member of our Congress saying we're going to spend years and God knows how many millions of dollars trying to find criminal action when it's already been stated that there is none, then are we saying that we have absolutely zero trust in our government authorities such as the FBI?
And Chris, as you know, there are separate investigations that are apart from what the FBI has said. As you know, that they've asked the FBI to look into different things about conflicting statements Mrs. Clinton made to Congress, made to the FBI. I mean, there are other investigations and other tracks here that are separate, Chris.
Look, this is Jason Chaffetz is right on this, at least. It is a target-rich environment. And Leslie, good to see you again. No, we don't trust the results of the James Comey FBI investigation, and there's plenty of reason to question the Comey findings, who articulated all of the wrongdoing and then announced that there would be no charges filed, that the investigation would go no further. Well, a lot of people have a vaguely unsatisfied feeling about all of that. We believe, and with justification, I would argue, that Loretta Lynch and the Justice Department can't be trusted to investigate Democrats, that James Comey, whose deputy was funneled money by a Hillary Clinton fundraiser, who happens to be the governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia now, Terry McAuliffe, and he's funneling money to the deputy at the FBI, to the wife of the deputy at the FBI who's running for Congress. I mean, this whole thing stinks. I'm from Chicago, and I know corrupt politics, and Leslie, we don't trust the FBI investigation. We don't trust the DOJ. We don't trust the administration. We know that Hillary Clinton has lied, deceived, misled. She can't remember more things than anybody I've ever met. How many times did she say she can't remember?
39.
And while the Congress has bumbled around and fumbled around for years, honestly, if she becomes president and the will of the American people will be determined on Election Day and has not yet been determined, I think Hillary Clinton should be in the hot seat. And Congress, this is branches of government thing, the House should pursue this beyond what the Justice Department and the FBI have.
And we are going to see how that works and whether Congress is going to be willing to subpoena a sitting president if that turns out to be the scenario. We'll see. Buckle up if that happens. In the meantime, Donald Trump taking some time off from the campaign trail to promote the opening of his new hotel in Washington. I've been. It's cute. But his campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, noting that Hillary Clinton has been taking some time off, too.
You know, respectfully, Hillary Clinton has time to go to an Adele concert, and everybody thinks that's really cool. Donald Trump stops off to unveil in just an incredible, stunning piece of architecture, a new hotel, first-class hotel, and everybody's hair is on fire.
All right, Leslie, fair criticism? I mean, they're both taking a break.
Well, I think I think it's ridiculous, quite frankly, that, we're weighing in a sense, on where these two people are going. Although, I think it would be more outraged that the steel that made that hotel is from China and that the goods, and I've been in that hotel, when you turn them over, are not made in the USA. But Donald Trump is not doing as well in the polls as Hillary, so perhaps he shouldn't take as much time off. Then again, maybe he's just looking out for himself on November 9th to keep that real estate job building those hotels. What do you think, Chris?
Chris, I heard that it snarled up the morning commute, by the way, in D.C. this morning. So, final word to you.
Well, it's always one thing, snarling the commute in D.C. If it's not one thing, it's two things. I think the Chinese steel was from the hotel. That's what Hillary said in Las Vegas. This building was built long before any of us were born, and we weren't buying steel from China. It's a beautiful, wonderful hotel. He's a businessman. It's right here. There's a presidential ballroom where when he wins the presidency, he will have an inaugural ball, no doubt, halfway between the White House and the Capitol. Hillary Clinton's doing everything she can to stay out of the public eye, because the more time she spends in the public eye, the more people realize they don't like her. And that's why she's going to Adele concerts instead of campaigning, and I assume that she probably slept through the concert.
Okay. No photographic or pool report evidence of that, so we're going to leave it there. Chris, Leslie, always a pleasure to see you both.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You too.